What's going on, beer lovers? Welcome to another bonus episode. Today I'm with my friend Trey and we're trying Latitude 33's Mangoveza IPA. So Latitude 33 is a brewery in San Diego, California, and the reason why I chose to try this beer is Trey and I actually went to a brew festival a few weeks ago and we tried a couple of Latitude 33's beers and loved them. We thought they were awesome. So when I saw this at the beer shop, I had to pick it up, had to try it. It sounds really interesting. This beer weighs in at 7.2%, and it's supposed to have very tropical flavor notes towards the beginning, very strong hop presence with a spicy finish. It actually mentions habanero peppers. So I'm really excited to see how that plays out. Are you ready to drink?
I'm so ready, let's do it.
Let's have some beer.
All right.
We got our beers filled. Let's have some beer.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, so Trey, let's go ahead and start with aroma.
Okay.
What are your thoughts with aroma?
Getting some citrus in there, getting a little bit of orange, definitely some mango. I do get a little bit of the habanero at the end, which I think gives it a little bit of character. I get the mango at the beginning. I don't get it so much on the finish, but I mean, as it states in the label, you definitely get some strong mango. It's very tropical. It's very it's something you could drink on a nice hot summer day. It's pretty cold outside today, so I think it's pretty refreshing, you know.
Yeah, I would agree with Trey. This is actually a pretty tasty beer. It definitely has those tropical notes in the beginning. You're getting the mango, you're getting the pineapple, you're getting the stone fruit, passion fruit, those kind of aromas out of it. And when you dive in, the actual body itself also has those flavors. The funny thing is I didn't really taste much of a habanero spicy presence. I actually get it several seconds later. I get a little bit of heat on my tongue. Mm-hmm. Now that's not a bad thing. I was a little concerned because with peppers and beer, I'm just not usually a fan. It's kind of hard to really make that work really well. But this beer, I mean, if you didn't tell anybody, they probably wouldn't notice. They would just sit there and go, that's weird. I got like a tingle on my lips. And that's it. That's all you get. The actual flavor itself is delicious though. You're getting that nice tropical body, and then it finishes out with that nice piney finish as well. It's definitely a palate cleaner. It doesn't feel like the hop flavor really, it doesn't feel like the bitterness stays with you very long. It does mellow out, which is good, which means that this has really good drinkability. You know, you could really have 2 or 3 of these, no problem. You don't feel like your palate would be blasted out. You know what this would be really good with is like a pineapple chicken teriyaki.
Oh yeah.
Dude, this beer would be excellent with like some kind of Hawaiian dish like that, just like pulled pork, pineapple, you know, that kind of tropical feel. This is a great beer pairing beer.
Oh yeah, this is definitely one of those summer beers, you know, out by the pool, maybe at a barbecue, pull this out, you know, pour it up for a few people, and I'll tell you what, if you told them that this had, you know, habanero in it, they probably wouldn't believe you, but that's what makes it a unique pairing, the mango and the habanero. So it's pretty good, pretty solid beer, and at 7.2, as Jeff said, you know, you wouldn't really think that you can have a few of them, but I'll tell you what, I could probably have about 3 of these and be feeling pretty nice. You know?
Yeah, for sure. One thing I definitely want to bring up is as this beer is sitting here and raising in temperature, and I'm trying it again and again, I'm actually getting some of those malt flavors. They're starting to come out. And I'm starting to get those malt flavors, and they're starting to come out. And they have a fantastic presence with those tropical flavors. They mesh really well. You're getting a little bit more body out of it. The tropical flavors do dissipate a little bit faster, but that's okay. You know, we don't just drink beer for those kind of flavors. You go in there for the malts.
Oh, yeah.
And it's starting to taste more like a beer and less tropical, but that's okay. It's a good balance, I think. All right, so now we're gonna get down to actually scoring this beer. So, Trey, based on the aroma, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this beer?
I mean, aroma, I'm gonna give it, a solid, 6 to 7. Let's just call it a 6. It wasn't something that, it wasn't super memorable to me. But I'll tell you what, if it's got that right. If it's got that right too. So, based off of aroma, I'm gonna give it a solid 6. I didn't think it was anything memorable. It could be because I haven't really drinking too many Latitude 33 beers, but I'm gonna give it a solid 6. I love fruity beers. I love fruity aromas. However, this beer, when I first smelled it, I didn't get, the mango that I thought I was going to be getting. I did get a little bit of the citrusy orange in there at the beginning, but it wasn't too overpowering. It wasn't super memorable, but it's, cracking it open, it didn't smell too bad. So that's why I'm going to give it, a 6.5, 7 in there.
All right. Well, for me, I would probably rate this aroma at a 7 myself. It is a really good fruity aroma. As soon as we dug our nose into this beer, you're getting all those tropical flavors. There's so many hop varieties that provide tropical aromas, and that's what I get excited about when I see an IPA with those hop varieties in it. This has definitely got that aroma in there. It's present. It doesn't offer anything special, which is kind of why I give it a 7. And then on top of that, I didn't get as much aroma as I would have liked on it. So when it comes to this beer and the aroma, I'm going to give it a 7. So now let's talk about taste. So Trey, what would you give this on taste?
Going to taste, I'm actually going to give it a solid 8. I really enjoy fruity beers. I enjoy mango. Not a huge fan of anything too spicy, and as we already discovered before, I got the spice on the back of my tongue. I'm going to give it a solid 8 because it's 1, refreshing, 2, I get those fruity, citrusy, orange, slight lemon, you get the mango at the beginning. So I thought it was a pretty damn good beer, very refreshing. I would drink it again. Latitudes, I had their Honey Hip Strong Blonde Ale, phenomenal. I think they do a great job of bringing out that flavor with whatever their theming is. They really stick to that theming. So I'm going to give it a solid 8. It was really, really good.
Nice. For myself, I'm going to go ahead and score it a 7. And again, I'm just going to bring up the fact that I'm giving it a higher score because I love those fruity flavors that come out of this IPA. It is fantastic. As Trey said, it's super refreshing. This is definitely like a summertime beer, hanging out in someone's backyard playing cornhole.
Oh yeah.
This would be a beer that I would love to be sipping on all day long. But the reason why I give it a 7 and not a higher score is it comes down to that habanero. I'm just not getting it. And when you make a beer and that's what you're pointing out in there, like that's the flavor that you're looking for, I expect it to be really, front of the stage, like you're picking up on it. The fruit aromas are pretty easy with beers, but the habanero, I'm personally not getting it. It's still an awesome beer. I still really enjoy this beer. It just isn't quite what, or at least I'm not getting quite what it says I'm supposed to get. So now, Trey, the final question is would you drink this beer again?
I 110% would drink this beer again. We live here in SoCal. I'm probably going to go to Newport, Huntington, Laguna Beach a few times. If I'm ever in a local grocery store, I'm most likely going to pick it up. Like it's a solid beer. As I said before, Latitude 33, they really stick to the theming. I love fruity beers myself. Not a huge IPA guy. I'm more of the lighter IPA. 7.2, it's not super heavy. But as I said before earlier in the video, I could have 2-3 of these and be feeling phenomenal. I'll take it to a few barbecues. You know, Chargers are in town. I'll probably take it to a few football games. Sorry, San Diego fans. But I thought it was pretty good. I would definitely drink it again. What about you?
For me, I would say I would definitely drink this again. It's definitely a conditional thing. I probably would not go back to the grocery store and look for this beer. But what I will tell you is if, for example, we were going to the beach for the day or something like that and wanted to pick up some beers, or we're at a bar during the summertime and they have this beer on draft, this is definitely one I would consider getting. One of the other awesome things is we're just super fortunate to be living in Southern California, and Latitude 33 is in San Diego. It's about an hour and a half from us. And now that I've tried 3 of their beers, I really enjoy their craftsmanship. Their craft beers are fantastic. And so now I think I want to go take a trip to their brewery and try everything that they have, which means I'll have another opportunity to try this one while I'm there. So, final verdict, really good beer. Latitude 33's Mangoveza IPA. If you see it somewhere, I seriously recommend you pick it up and try it.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Leave some comments below of what beers you'd like to see us to try on a future episode. Until then, let's have some beer.
Oh yeah.